Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 272 of the Drunk Dashers podcast. I'm your host, as always. I'm Tyler, and joining me, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Oh my gosh, Tyler. I feel like after watching both the Ubisoft and the Sony presser that I seriously am considering, oh, hey, I need to get myself a pack of smokes or something.
Whole carton.
Because here's the thing. The moment I've gotten home and ate dinner and stuff, I was watching the Ubisoft's one, and then all of a sudden, it's like 10 minutes later, the freaking Sony one started, and, well, I am still kind of like going through the process in my mind of what the hell I just witnessed.
Yeah.
So that just should give everybody kind of a foreboding of, oh, there's going to be a lot to talk about.
Yep. Yeah. I remember I was telling Gables for the show, but I remember before, like, my favorite part about my job, literally my favorite part about my job I have currently is that kind of like we're super busy, like 9-10 months out of the year, but like right before E3, like literally the week of or the week before every year, we just die. There's like nothing going on.
Yep.
So now I can always take time off or take the week. I've started taking the week off the last 2 years, but every year I've been there now, I've taken at least E3 off. So I'm gonna watch them live. I can put notes in the show notes before we do this, because I was telling before this, the first couple of years we did the show, because this is our sixth time actually.
Yep.
Which is crazy to think, doing E3. But is it six? Yeah, six. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Holy shit. Yeah. So I'm like, that can't be right. But I was telling him, like, before that, like, when I wasn't able, my old job for this one, I was never able to really take time off in general. But when I'd come home with, like, we always want to record the night of and do kind of what we're doing now, but a little differently. We didn't have the format figured out yet. But at one point one year I was watching EA, Microsoft, and Ubisoft's press conferences all at the same time, because they were a lot longer back then. They weren't spread out over 4 days like they are now. They were like, what I think there was like Monday and Tuesday, and then maybe one on Sunday. Back then there were six of them, and they were all hour and a half, 2 hours. So I remember I got 4 hours where we got to record. I got 7 hours of press conferences. So I'm sitting there just jumping back between three of them, muting shit that doesn't matter to me or I didn't care about or whatever. Yeah, it's a lot better. But we'll be getting to those here in a little bit. For us, it'll be a couple hours for you guys. But before we get to Ubisoft and Sony, unfortunately, we have to talk about Square Enix. So that should kind of give you a detail what happened there. So this one, it was coffee for Gables, but it was a lunchtime for me. So I actually ate a delicious ham and turkey sandwich while watching this, which was kind of nice. So they started off. This was only a 30-minute show. It was like a direct. It wasn't even an actual press conference or anything. I can't remember who it was, but they came out and it was there speaking Japanese, so there was subtitles. But they said, make sure you watch until the very end of the press conference, which I'll come back to that later. So started off, they showed off Tomb Raider. We got some gameplay for that. They showed like the first cutscene for the game. They said it was cut like a minute, and then show off a little bit of gameplay. You're taking over like a camp. Looked really cool. Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood. I think that's already out. It's expansion, but they announced that there will be a Monster Hunter World crossover with some of the monsters from that world, and also the cats from Monster Hunter games will be in there as well. We got another thing for Captain Spirits, which is the Don't Nod people. They said that what will happen here, you can actually kind of see there's a lot of foreshadowing what Life is Strange 2 is going to be. This isn't Life is Strange 2. The reports out there were wrong. I guess yesterday people were saying this was going to be like a multi-part thing, but really it's just one part. It's 100% free, but it's basically just kind of a setup to Life is Strange 2. Next up, Dragon Quest 11. Got some gameplay and a trailer for that. That is out September 4th. Apparently it's been out in Japan since last year. Next up was a brand new first world premiere, Babylon's Fall. We got a teaser for that. No gameplay shown, but it's a Platinum game, and it's coming to PS4 and Steam only, and it's coming in 2019. Once again, we got another trailer for Nier Automata. This is coming to Xbox One. We saw the Microsoft press conference yesterday.
Yep.
Just kind of going over that again. Octopath Traveler, we got a little trailer for that. Creates a little 30-second trailer for that. Building up pipe. Comes up July 13th. for the Switch, which we already known about that for a couple months. Got another trailer for Just Cause 4. Saw a lot of the same things you saw at Microsoft's, but they talked a little more in detail about the game. And it's gonna be a little more friendly. The hookshot will be a little easier to use. And then the other game that was world premiere for the press conference, they had the game called The Quiet Man. There's gonna be more to come in August. I'm assuming that's Gamescom then. It's only on PS4 and Steam, and you play as a deaf character. Deaf, not death. I always have trouble make sure I pronounce them differently. So that means he can't hear. And it looked like it was like live action, and then it turned into video game graphics. And he was fighting people. Looks like some Latino guys he was fighting there. Then we had Kingdom Hearts 3, the same trailer that we got from Microsoft yesterday with like 10 seconds of added stuff into it. And that was fucking it. That was a press conference. It was 30 minutes. Just kind of, Kingdom Hearts 3 was that trailer, and I'm like, okay, what's the next big thing? What's the one more thing? And like, that was it. So, Gables.
Yes.
With all that, what did you think of the Square Enix press conference?
Oh, boy. To be perfectly honest with you, just going over the show notes and stuff and just checking out what exactly was, like, pretty much unveiled or something like that, there wasn't hardly anything of note that we already didn't know about, other than like, oh, okay, we have an expansion thing for Final Fantasy XIV, Babylon's Fall has a reveal trailer, no gameplay, The Quiet Man, and stuff, and pretty much that is it for the freaking Square Enix stuff, and I gotta admit, that's very disappointing. I thought that they were gonna have some sort of thing, maybe possibly upon the Final Fantasy VII remake. I mean, I know a lot of gamers were expecting something at least, maybe a little tidbit of that. But no, we didn't hear about that at all during this press conference or even at Sony's, that's for sure. But yeah, I thought that this press conference is like very lacking and stuff. In comparison to, say, the worst conference that we had so far, which was EA, at least with Square Enix's defense, a lot of the games that they did show, yeah, we knew about it, but at the same time, it was short, it was sweet, it wasn't like a hour long filled, like, boring freaking, like, unveils of like, oh, okay, here's just a reveal trailer and there's nothing else showing for it, or like a live demonstration of gameplay or something where it's, oh, hey, yeah, let's show you this mobile game for 15 minutes, and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So even though that the Square Enix's little presser video was disappointing, I think it is better than EA's. Yeah. I would probably give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I'm actually exactly there with you. I had a 5. If we would have like recorded this right after, I would have been a lot harsher. I still probably would give it a 5 out of 10. It's still way better than EA's. EA didn't show anything. It was just a lot of them talking about stuff.
Yep.
And it was over an hour long. You can't knock it too much because it was a half an hour. But they're coming back after 3 years and all just the hype anticipation for it. You're just like, it's hard not to get like excited for this and not to like go crazy like, oh, Final Fantasy VII, the new Avenger game, Guardians of the Galaxy game, all these games we know they're making because of leaks. And Final Fantasy VII they've already announced, but those two they are leaked. It's hard not to go crazy with it. So to come out and it's like Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That was we got that at Microsoft yesterday. Final Fantasy XIV, that's kind of like their corporate thing they got to show off. That's probably one of their biggest money makers for them. The Captain Spirits game didn't show literally nothing else. It was all what they did show in the 30 seconds they did have for it was stuff that was shown at Microsoft yesterday. Dragon Quest XI, we knew that was coming.
Yep.
But like so, Tomb Raider as at Microsoft. Captain Spirits, Microsoft. Nier Automata, Microsoft. Octopath Traveler, already knew about it. It's coming to Switch. Just Cause 4, announced at Microsoft. Kingdom Hearts 3, the exact same trailer we got at Microsoft.
Yep.
So, out of this 30-minute press conference, I mean, a quarter or a third of it was probably already stuff that we saw yesterday, or or things we already knew about, or have already shown us before. So, I don't know, 90 seconds of new stuff that we had about Babylon's Fall and The Quiet Man. I'm like, okay, Babylon's Fall, that's cool. It's Platinum Games, but which platinum is it? We all know there is a lot of different platinum games out there. There's obviously an A through seems like F crew, because we've all played. Justin and I played TMNT, one of the worst games we probably ever played. But then we played Bayonetta 2, and I played Nier Automata, which is one of the coolest games of last year to me. So depending on who's making that could be really cool, or it could be one of the worst games of next year. Yeah. So I mean, not really a lot to talk about for this. This is gonna be a really short show because there isn't much to say. Like the saving grace for it was, you know what? I'm gonna go 5.5. I'm gonna go up a half a number because it was only 30 minutes, and I like that. Like a lot of these press conferences, they're bloated. I'm always excited for them. Like, I don't want them to end because I want to know what that next big thing is.
Yeah.
But when you don't have it, make it 30, make it short, and that's great. Like EA didn't have it this year, but it was still longer than normal. Usually they're usually a pretty strict hour or so.
Yep.
And that one was like an hour and a half. And like I said, they spent more time on a mobile game than they did anything else outside of Anthem. And Anthem, a lot of that was just 3 people sitting around talking about the game, not actually showing us anything. And that was most of the press conference. And
yep.
So, yeah, I guess that's 5.5. It wasn't terrible. Like there was nothing bad about it. Like I'm really excited for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I don't need to see anything on it. I know that they probably need to show more off because it's not one of the greatest like selling games out there, franchises out there. Captain Spirits, I'm really excited about. So the games that I care about, there's games that I cared about, and I really care about. You know, Captain Spirits, I said, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Babylon Fall, obviously interested in. Nier Automata is fantastic, so more people can get to play that game that didn't get to play before. So, yeah, cool stuff in there, but yeah, it was whatever. Kind of came and went. You're just like scratching your head for the next 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck was that? So, anything you want to add before we head out of here on this one?
No, that's pretty much it. Kind of disappointing, and pretty much it was just kind of a wet fart, kind of to start the day 2 here of E3.
Yes, but I'm glad it was the first one, not the last one.
Yep.
So it's much like it was kind of like EA, where it was a palate cleanser, you know, kind of way, or like, well, this was a palate cleanser after the 2 big ones we had yesterday, and EA is kind of like, we got the worst out of the way. So that's kind of how it worked out this year. So yeah, so that's gonna do it for this one. This is probably our shortest episode we've ever done in the history of the Drunkcasters podcast, but there it is for you. We'll be back here in a little bit talking about Ubisoft is next. So wait an hour or so, and we'll have that for you guys. So we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yep.
Bye.